Hello, namaste. How are you, divine beloved twin flames? This is Stephanie Parasha, Divine Light, coming out to you from India. Now, I am recording this when my energy is actually pretty low right now, but I just wanted to record this video for reasons really just to kind of confirm to others what they're going through right now in terms of the energetic fluctuations that are going on, which is causing quite a lot of just, fluctuations within ourselves as well. So I know a lot of people are really finding things hard going at the moment for whatever reasons. And I just want to know that I'm right there with you on that. And, I guess my soul kind of reached out in terms of where I needed to be right now, which is India. And the reason I am in India right now is, for a couple of different reasons. One is this is where my daughter's father lives, and we hadn't actually seen her father for over 5 years. So I really felt that it was super important that we came here to see him, because she's actually getting older and she's almost at that age where she's going to be like, I don't want to go to India. I don't want to go see Dad. So I really knew that it was important. Also, I was married to her father for 10 years prior to my daughter's birth. So this is a long relationship that I've had with her dad. We are separated officially, but not actually divorced, officially on paper. Now, you're wondering, why am I telling you all this private information? I'm just telling you because it helps people to understand the realities of life and the realities of what we have to deal with just as people. We're all people, and I just don't want to sit here only recording on days when I'm feeling happy and upbeat and wanting to send out lots of love and light. Like, I'm actually recording this on a day where my energy is very, very low, and I've been quite emotional, and the reason I'm doing this again is to just be real with people and to let you know that these experiences of life are real for us. So what I've found myself kind of doing when I got here, I was, really trying to be very positive and stay in a really positive mindset and be in an attitude of gratitude, which I always love to be in, even though there are, a lot of potential problems that you could say, this is a problem, or that's a problem, or this doesn't work, or that's, this or that. You could create problems. I always try and choose to see the cup be half full, and that, even though this is happening, we're still lucky and blessed to have, these other things which we wouldn't otherwise have. So, and I try and help my daughter to have that attitude as well. And, we started off getting on pretty well. It's a kind of awkward situation coming back here. This is actually the property that her dad and I own together, and I walked away from this place after the birth of my daughter because I was in a really stressed out state and had some postnatal depression and couldn't cope with. We were constructing this building at the time and converting it into a hotel, which we were going to use as our future business together. And at that time, having a newborn baby and having the construction going on around was really, really detrimental to my health and well-being, and also the health of my daughter. So I went back to New Zealand, and what unfolded from then on was what I'd pretty much put down to the dark night of the soul, where I had, begun the intensity of my spiritual journey. My spiritual journey started, in my 20s, but that, as we know, when we get put into the dark night of the soul, that's when things get serious. So I've been doing a lot of healing and a lot of spiritual growth over the last 10 years, and part of this journey now coming back to India, this is, the second or third time I've been back to India since I left originally, and both of those times I've tried to kind of create some kind of settlement for her father and I, and to move forward progressively in terms of how we want to continue with I know we're not going to continue our relationship, but we need to move forward in terms of our things that we own together, properties and land, and also obviously access for my daughter and her to have access to her dad. So, there's quite a lot to sort out, and this time round, it hasn't got any easier. It's actually in some ways easier because I'm not as emotionally involved, and I have grown a lot in the last 5 years. I can take a step back and see some of the emotional games and manipulation and mind stuff that's been going on that I used to not notice was happening, and obviously did a lot of blaming of myself when things went wrong. Now I'm a lot more, I can remain calm. I can take a step back and I can see things unraveling, but at the same time, wow, there's some real deep karmic stuff to work out here. And, and currently quite in that seesaw balance of, do I really step in and try and work all of this out and kind of stand up for myself and stand my ground and push the limits, or do I just walk away again? And I've always been one to walk away. I don't want to fight. I would rather just cut my losses and just, be done with it and let whatever, let the universe decide on the karma. So it's been really interesting observing this process. I'm actually still in amidst it. So I'm kind of just sitting on the edge of trying both of those things and trying all sorts of different options right now and being really careful of my energy. But what I have noticed is today and in the last couple of days, the energy has dropped significantly, and I know that it's not just me experiencing this. I'm getting a lot of emails and things from others that are going through it really tough right now and feeling very, very sensitive. So what I do want to say is that, hey, we really need to support each other during this time. It's really intense for us energetic sensitives. What I want to say is we're going to have to ride this one out. It's a karmic wave. So what's going to happen through this is that we're going to feel as if we're getting kind of sucked back into something that feels like it was really old, and it was, an old energy, and we're like, oh, here we are in this place again. I just thought I'd got somewhere and now I'm back here. Is this ever going to resolve? What we have to do is trust that it's kind of like a tsunami wave. We're in the wave. We've got to ride the wave. And trust that we're going to land somewhere and it's all going to be okay, and that the universe will have sorted it out. And I just want to give a really big heads up and a big massive thank you to a beloved twin flame sister out there. We don't know each other. We haven't actually talked, but I've been listening to her videos and they have been helping me immensely. So if you haven't found Aluna Ash Clairvoyant already, and I'll put, maybe if I think I can put links to her videos below. If you haven't found her already, I really highly recommend and suggest that you go and listen to her, because pretty much everything that I'm dealing with right now, she was actually talking about in terms of the energies that she's been tuning into is actually happening. So what she was saying is that all of those karmic situations that twin flames have been involved in right now, that what's happening right now is that's all getting resolved. It's getting sorted out. It's almost like the tables are turning. So where we may have previously been in the past disadvantaged through the power and control dynamics of karmic partners who were really dynamically taking the power and control and just using the darker, heavier, lower energies to manipulate situations. All of that is going to get twisted and turned around, and that is not an easy process for those of us that are in that. And I'm in a going through that right now. So I just wanted to say, let's stay strong. Let's support each other. Let us know that we are here for each other. This is, again, I feel a necessary part of the process. And if it's not you going through this, and I know there are several of my clients going through this, so I'm just putting a big hug out to you guys as well. It'll be your twin going through this. So the other twin will also maybe be dealing with this karmic situation with their karmic partner. It's getting cleared up, healed up, managed and balanced out by the universe. All that karma is getting balanced out. So how I saw it last night when I tuned in energetically was it reminds me of one of those if you go to a playground for kids, they have some of those ones have like more adventure style ones have got those kind of they're like merry-go-rounds, but they're kind of tipped on an angle. So it's like everything's spinning, like the karmic wheel is spinning, but it's getting tipped. That's how I saw it energetically. That's the image I was shown. Now, I also got a song, and that's when I knew that Spirit was with me, and Spirit is always with us, and they're keeping us anchored, they're keeping us strong. And I'm going to give you all a song that I got given by my guides, and I want it to be the song that gets you through the next couple of days. I'm feeling it's going to be strong, the energetics, up till the end of this week. What are we now? It's Thursday while I'm recording this. So what I want to say, they're saying, okay, till Saturday, it's going to be pretty rough going. Just know we're riding a wave. We're all doing it together. Now, one of the words in the song, when sometimes I hear the line of a song, which gets put into my head, and then I'm like, by my spirit guides, and then I'm like, what is the actual song? Where does that come from? And I have to sing a few more lines before I get it, and then I often put it into Google and it pops up. So I was hearing, I don't even know if I should try and sing this, but why not, eh? Because it gives us more of a energy with it. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. Okay, now I can't possibly compete. And as I said that, oh my God, it was 11:11. 11 minutes and 11 seconds when I just completed that. And saying that is making me emotional, because how many of us have walked this earth being oppressed and having our power taken away, living in fear, living in other people's shadows, pretty much bowing down and not stepping up and not stepping into our power. This is the time. So obviously that's Whitney Houston, and I can never possibly ever compare to her voice, her amazing voice. What a beautiful song. So that song is The Greatest Love of All, and the message essentially in that song, as you keep listening to it, and I will post the video so you can see it, the ones with the lyrics in it, is basically all about loving yourself. So the greatest love of all is learning how to love yourself. So another beautiful message from Spirit, another beautiful 80s song left from, I think it was 1987 that song was put out. So I love these 80s songs that just keep everything buoyant and on track for us. Those beautiful Hansel and Gretel breadcrumbs, I call them, when we feel like we're lost on our path, we have no idea where to go, but we had left a wee sprinkle of some magic there, just to remind us to stay on track and to stay strong and stand your ground. And it's not about fighting, it's not about using that same energy when someone's fighting with you or projecting onto you or manipulating you. It's not about standing up and shouting back to them and going blah blah blah. Okay, I'll admit that I did fall into that a couple of times. What it's about is actually just finding a way that's going to show to the universe that you're making the choice that is serving you. That is the choice where you choose to love yourself more than that other person. So it's loving yourself more in this situation. In this particular case, for myself and my daughter, it is a combination of getting legal advice and moving out of this situation and not actually even putting ourselves in this situation to have to put up with this kind of behavior. So that's what loving yourself kind of means in the real world. Okay, look, I know it might not sound like I'm talking about twin flames, even though I put often twin flames at the title of my videos, but I'll just have to say, if you're a twin flame, you are on this pretty much wave. A big number of us are in this wave right now doing this work. So that's why I talk about this. I'm not here to talk about fluffy romances and when you're going to get together with your twin and divine masculine, message for the feminine. There's enough people out there doing that right now. What I'm talking about is your self-love journey that will lead you to the place where you will meet your twin when your energy is at the right energetic level, when this stuff's got healed up and out. And some of us are just at that phase right now doing this work. So I'm here to support because I can talk about this. So basically, I will leave it there. I won't make this video too long because I need it to be uploaded and not take 3 hours. So I hope you'll all be okay up there as we ride this wave. Use all your tools that you have available to you right now to stay strong. And I will give you another video. I'll put another video out as soon as I can get to it. Okay, lots of love. And also, if you want to be in touch with me, even though I'm going through my own stuff now, I'm still doing sessions. I can still tune in for others. I've been doing sessions all the way through. So, you know, sometimes, you know, we go to others to get support, and others can still come to us to get the support, because I can also support people that may be a little bit more sort of coming along and learning and just starting this journey, and I can talk to the point of where I've been and some of the advice that will help those that are just learning and just starting this story, this journey. Yeah. Okay, I'll leave it there. Lots of love. Bye for now.